Hello and welcome to another update video about Gala. The Gala chart is still in this overall uptrend from the October 23 lows. But so far, Gala has only produced a three-wave rally in what I label as an ABC structure here towards 8.9 cents, which is the March high. We can see here when we track the Fibonacci levels, then we take the length of wave A and measure that, compare it with the length of the C wave. And it reached basically the 1.38 extension there, just below 9 cents. It is a very common target for a C wave, so I'm tracking that as an A, B, C structure. Yeah, that means we have three waves to the upside, technically complete. Could the C wave still be ongoing? Maybe. Maybe if it's doing that, then I mean this structure is a bit of a mess. It's possible. It's technically possible that this would still be unfolding. If we get one more high, basically, I would have to assume that. I just don't see a very clear setup for that at the moment. But at the same time, I don't really see the downside pressure, the strong downside pressure that would suggest that wave C of B is unfolding to the downside, yeah? So it's worth zooming in, taking a look at the micro. You can see here this ascending trend line that we track. A break below this trend line could be an indication or confirmation that the move to the downside has started to unfold in wave C of B. Obviously in my count here in this interpretation, we can say that this is an A wave, this is a B wave, and this is a C wave. And then in the yellow count, this ABC structure would be a larger A wave, which is now getting corrected by a larger B wave. And the support area is relevant for that. The support area is between 1.9 cents and 4.2, whereas we don't need to come down, and max out the support area. A shallow B wave would be fine. And then once we see the first 1-2 setup, basically a first 5-wave move up, followed by a 3-wave pullback, which we call a 1-2 setup in the Elliott wave language, well, then we can confirm the C wave to the upside has started to unfold, and then we would see a third wave to follow, fourth and fifth. That's sort of my perspective here about this chart. The uncertainty is around what's happening here. While the market is sort of broadly doing what I would like it to do, which is basically we have an A wave down in yellow wave B, which was quite sharp, then a possible B wave corrective rally, and it reached the target. It actually maxed out the target, and it got rejected at the 1.618 extension at 7.2 cents. So it did everything, and then also this ascending wedge pattern that you see here on the chart. The price broke out to the downside, which is also what we would like to see. Normally we say when such a wedge pattern is broken to the downside, the first target is the beginning of the wedge. That would be down here at around 5.3 cents. But I can tell you that based on the structure, looking at price action alone, it doesn't clearly look as if the C wave to the downside has started to unfold. This, to me, just looking at the structure, looks to me as if we might get another extension higher. So, and that can happen, if that happens, then I've got 5 waves up. It depends on how it happens, but because it reached the 1.618 extension level, this counts as a 1, 2, 3 as well. Then we could get a wave 4 now and a wave 5 to the upside, but it would have to be in a diagonal because the subwave structures are too choppy, but it's possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's just something to be very much aware of. I'll take that target area off now. I also take the wedge pattern off the chart. We don't need it anymore. But we've added a potential 5-wave move to the upside. Now, normally what we say, if such a fourth wave shouldn't really break below the 61.8 retracement. So that level would be at 5.99 cents. So as long as it's holding 5.99, I could count that as a white leading diagonal in white. So what happens if we break below that? Well, it could then, because the structure isn't really impulsive to the downside, it could turn into a more extended B wave. Okay, so all I can say, the B wave might have topped. A break below 5.99 cents would be further confirmation that the B wave has topped. But it could still extend then, you know. It's possible, for example, if this B wave goes a little higher, that all of this ABC, yep, is just a larger A wave. We move down in a larger B wave, and that, to be honest, could go down quite a bit. As long as the move down stays a 3-wave move, the potential for a C wave rally in wave B is possible. So yeah, I mean, overall no change. Maybe we should add the maybe we should consider rather the support area for that larger B wave, right? So this here would be an overall support area on the chart, which needs to be broken to confirm further that circle wave C to the downside is unfolding. So there are many potentials. So if the B wave is extending, then this support area should would be relevant. For example, it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be actually more bullish, but then we should turn around soon. If it's coming lower, but it's holding 5.4 cents, it could just be a larger ABC structure. So, I can have all these potentials on the chart. I don't want to have too many on the chart, however. The thing is, I don't want to confuse people, but let's just focus on the levels. I think there is a potential that the B wave has topped, but I'm not convinced, not by looking at the price structure. It was an ideal spot to finish that B wave, absolutely, circle wave B in yellow, but it's not really coming down clearly. So all I can say, there is still space to the upside if the B wave wants to extend. Yeah, not much clarity at the moment, and I don't see any evidence that a correction is complete at the moment. I also don't see a great trade setup here at the moment. I think we're just waiting for clear setups at the moment, and there is a support area on the chart and also a trend line, so a combination of ascending trend line and pullback support zone could be potentially interesting. Yeah, that's sort of my view about Gala. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.